Timmy the tiny turtle learns to swim. Once upon a time, in a place where the grass was soft and the sun was bright, lived a little turtle named Timmy. Timmy was very special because he had a shiny green shell and a tiny blue cap that he wore everywhere. He loved his home by the pond, but there was one thing that made his heart go pit-a-pat: the water. The pond was big and blue, and it sparkled like a million diamonds in the light. Timmy liked to sit on the warm sand and watch the ripples move back and forth. But every time the water touched his toes, he would scurry back. "It's too wet," Timmy would whisper, "and it's far too deep for a tiny turtle like me." Timmy wasn't the only one at the pond. His friends were already having a wonderful time. Croacus the frog was practicing his biggest leaps, and Paddle the duck was zooming through the reeds. They were having a splash party. "Come in, Timmy," they called out. "The water is lovely and cool." Timmy shook his head and pulled his blue cap down a little lower. He wanted to play, but his legs felt like heavy stones. He watched Croacus and Paddle play tag in the water. Timmy felt a little bit sad and a little bit lonely. He wished he could be brave like his friends. Just then, Timmy felt a gentle tap on his shell. It was his mom, Marina. She had a very kind smile and a voice that sounded like a soft song. Marina sat down next to Timmy on the sand. "The water looks scary when you look at all of it at once, doesn't it, Timmy?" she asked softly. Marina leaned in and whispered a secret. "You don't have to swim across the whole pond today, Timmy. You only have to take one tiny step, just one, and then we can see how it feels." Timmy looked at his mom and felt a tiny bit of courage start to wiggle in his tummy. Timmy took a very deep breath. He looked at the water, and then he looked at Marina. He moved one foot forward. Squish! The sand was wet and cool. It didn't feel scary. It felt like a nice, cold hug for his toes. He took another step, and then another. Soon, the water was up to Timmy's tummy. It tickled his shell. He looked back at Marina, who was nodding and cheering for him. Timmy realized that he was doing it. He was in the water, and he was perfectly okay. The pond wasn't a scary monster. It was a giant playground. Suddenly, Timmy's feet left the ground. He started to wiggle his flippers, just like Marina had shown him before. Kick, kick, splash. Timmy was swimming. He moved through the water like a little green boat. The water felt smooth against his shell, and his blue cap stayed perfectly dry. Paddle the duck swam over to give Timmy a high five with his wing. "You did it, Timmy," Paddle cheered. Timmy spent the whole afternoon splashing and playing with all his friends. He learned that even when you are scared, taking things one step at a time can lead to the best adventures of all.